Take two. Man, I'm not very good at this outside the studio when someone else is doing it. But we're outside. It's almost Easter. And it's daylight savings right around the corner. We're in that month of March. You know, the month we take a peek at our goals. Maybe you get on that scale. and you're thinking, I said I'd lose 15 pounds by March 31st. What's going on? Well, it's been really stressful and I love food. So when things slow down a bit, I can start eating better. That sound familiar to anybody? Yeah, probably myself. This week, I'm going to talk about things that happen in my life. And then mostly when I have these, I talk about things people can relate to. So this week, I ran into a few dilemmas that had me check myself before pointing my finger at others. And it's about doing the right thing. So let's hit that intro.
Welcome to the Where's the Focus podcast. WTF is an entertaining yet educational ride with top guests from every industry. Knowing where your focus goes, your energy flows. Hosted by top-selling author, sought-after speaker, leading coach, and high-level executive in the financial industry, Daniel Manginelli. So, WTF.
Welcome back to the WTF, where this week we're talking about doing the right thing is always the right thing. You kind of know that. I might have even said it before. I've written a few chapters in my books, 2 chapters, I think, but I can still justify doing some things that are kind of self-serving because that's how I always done it before, or it needs to be done that way because of the competition. I need to stay competitive, or based off profitability, I need to make those decisions. Never find when you're confronted with something that may be a tad off, we get caught in that isn't always the right thing, but the first emotion we go to is anger, right? Followed by we get defensive, then nailed down with blame. For an example, like something might come up or someone asks you a question about something that might be a little off, but it's not a big thing. And we might say, why are you asking that? It's not a big deal. Why are you worried? Followed by that's the way it needs to be done. That's how everyone's doing it. That's how we stay in business. And then nailed down by, it's your fault because you didn't read the agreement. It clearly states that that's how things are done. Sorry, that's your responsibility. I don't know the last time I read all the way down on a contract, but that happens. It's a simple pattern we fall deep into when we're questioned or something just doesn't go our way or doesn't look right. Look, we all know it's right. And we can all justify why we do things that we do and make them right in our own minds. And those around us we could talk about that gives us the feeling that, you know what, we're doing the right thing. But you know what the right thing is. It's a timeless principle that exceeds cultures, beliefs, and backgrounds. That idea of doing the right thing is always the right thing. In a world filled with difficulties and challenges, it's easy to get lost in a maze of ethical dilemmas and conflicting interests. At the core of our being lies a compass that points us in the direction that is just, fair, and moral. Doing the right thing is not a cliche. It's a primary principle that guides our action and shapes our character. When faced with choices, big or small, that inner voice serves as a guide, urging you to choose the path that aligns with your deepest convictions. Think about that ripple effect of one person's decision to act ethically. It creates a positive impact that extends beyond individuals' actions. It shapes communities built on trust, fairness, and cooperation. When we jointly prioritize doing the right thing, we advance a condition valuable in growth and harmony. It's easy to give into shortcuts and compromise our principles when we're faced with adversity. But true strength lies in the ability to persist while staying true to our values. Every time we choose the right path, we reinforce our commitment to living a life of purpose and respect. In a world that often seems morally hazy, doing the right thing becomes an example of hope and source and inspiration. It reminds us that despite the challenges we face, our collective commitment to our ethical behavior can lead us towards a brighter and more just future. Embrace the idea of doing the right thing is just not a virtue. It's a guiding principle that goes beyond time and circumstance. As a people and society, we strive to make choices that reflect our values, contribute to the common good, and shape the world where doing the right thing is just not a choice, but it's a way of life. It's a funny thing. You're going to listen to this week and you're going to think, of course, Dan, I always do the right thing. And I'm sure you do on those sizable values. on the big things that would get you in trouble with the law or the sizable values in your faith that you live by. It's the small things over time that leak in. Those are the ones that compromise your principles. And you know when they happen. You know. Strive this week to recognize when they're happening. And you know, it's okay to say, I was wrong and I need to fix it for you. Because even the smallest of things, the right thing to do is always the right thing to do. Whew, feel better now. Lucky I have this podcast where I could talk to more people than just my therapist, where everybody gets to join in on my trials and tribulations of the week. Guys, I'm blessed I get to do this and we have this time together. So stay true to who you are this week. And as always, have fun and make dreams come true.
Far from